Eat. For real though, why? Why is it like that?
I don't know.
I don't understand.
I got all this room over here for activities.
Over here. What up, though? Welcome to Woodward Heavyweights Live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm boy Easy, joined by Smo Rex, Young Chris, Nicholas Koloff, a.k.a. Detroit Mario.
Let's go.
We're having ourselves a good day. All right, Detroit Lions members met with the media today. Dan Campbell, Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson, I'm not going to lie, like, I think he was, what's the word I'm looking for? Expressing himself.
Expressing himself.
It's another athlete.
That's two words.
Yeah, I guess. Either way, he was like venting. It felt like during his media because they were kind of talking about the whole situation with him not signing with Washington, the reports then after, what's the reason he stayed, and he was answering all the questions. And I felt like he's getting a little bit off his chest. He's like, and then once somebody finally asked a football question, he's like, "Thank God."
Yeah, he's like, somebody rizzed my living done. I'm happy to hear. I'm happy to hear from Ben Johnson. It's always good to hear from him, and that's what it should be now. Like, he stayed. He's here. Football season's ready. Stop asking him about the contract. Well, did you really want to stay here? Like, yeah, okay, just let's talk football.
Exactly. Speaking of, I guess we're not gonna talk football right away. Grand Prix this week.
Yeah.
Shout out to our guy Kiwi. He made a dope ass collab with
Shout out Kiwi.
Willie McNeil. That shit was sick. But then there's also an Aussie who's in the race, I'm assuming.
Aussie.
Almost, it felt like an interrogation video. Not interrogation video, but like a ransom video.
Like a ransom video.
Yeah,
I love Detroit.
Yeah. Can you play that, Chris?
Yeah.
Straight cash, homie.
This is wild.
Do you love Detroit like I do? This is IndyCar driver Will Power, and I can't wait to be back in the Motor City this summer, May 31st through June 2nd. Join us for the Chevrolet Detroit Grand Prix presented by Lear, and get your tickets now at DetroitGP.com.
Bro was like, yeah, they're known for their clean areas.
Yeah, come for the clean area.
Bro was like, do you like Detroit like I do?
Boy. Maybe they can throw some shrimp on the barbie.
I love Detroit.
It was like an AI, like, skibbity toilet.
It's like fucking, I don't even know.
Yeah.
Sada baby on the other side of the camera holding the fucking.
Say you love Detroit. Say you love it.
Yes. All right.
Straight
You
hostage.
love Detroit like I do.
Don't you just love putting chili on hot dogs? Because I do. Like, the dude literally looked like he was getting held captive.
Don't you love Cartier Buffies like me?
I'm a real big fan of M&M's.
I'm Eminem.
I mean,
Eminem.
Eminem. With an oi.
Oi. Nick.
He was reading straight off a prompter. It looked like it was a straight hostage situation. There's no other way around that one. Not a great look.
Motor City. Says Josh B.
That was
Motor City.
we're gonna recreate those at some point.
Don't
you love Woodward Heavyweights?
Oi.
It's great.
They're fat.
They're hilarious.
Yes.
Don't shoot.
They're so funny.
Crikey.
And all that.
This is literally how that was. Matt Vierling fucked. Is this stemming off of yesterday's game?
Games. Matt Vierling, ever since, the esteemed Sam Flannel said he needs to get off the Tigers, he's hit 4 home runs in 4 games.
That's wild.
And he's got like 11 RBIs. He's tearing the absolute cover off the ball. He is the second coming of Barry Bonds. It's just great to see Matty V in this hot streak. Like, he is by far, he's the hottest player in the MLB right now. Like, it's crazy to see him hitting the ball the way he is.
Mic drop, I win, you lose.
Yeah, he was laughing about it. He was like, well, I'm wrong. What do you mean? Like, I'm wrong. He's like, maybe I should have to.
I lose, you win.
Yeah, maybe I should start doing it to other players. He's like, Riley Green, you're getting pretty close to me saying we need to ship you out of town. So
hopefully that works, man. Speaking of shipping people out of town, we don't know the true details of this situation. All right, so I'm not gonna speculate.
Who?
Darren Waller.
Darren Waller cheated on Kelsey Plum and they got divorced.
Bro. All right, it's her fault.
Yeah. You shouldn't have treated me like that, and I wouldn't have cheated on you.
If you showed me more, if you gave more BJs,
yeah, like,
I wouldn't have had to cheat.
Maybe if you were around more often instead of playing your little shooty hoops, then we could.
Making $40,000 a year because you're an independent woman. Whoa.
Then I wouldn't have had to cheat on you. Obviously, it's your fault here.
Yeah. We can play. I'm sure that's not copyright.
I'll play
I got a 3 cam.
Play it.
You got a 3 cam?
Yeah.
Well, it's the audio that
Yeah.
would fuck it up, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, there's no way it's copyright. At least not yet.
Look at this photograph. Ass intro.
know in life,
Here's
it's hard to love.
Hard to love.
It's hard to be free. It's hard to give all of your soul and have your heart broken in return, but it's time. Take your time and heal. Just take a time out and feel. The nights we opened up and we knew how much that you and I were real. How long I gotta climb up this hill. I'm tired and I wanna be still.
He's tired. Let him rest.
Imagine if we fell out of tune. Cause fuck, who knew that love could kill?
It could kill, Kelsey.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I thought our love was real.
real.
Who knew that love could kill?
Love could kill.
Whoa,
Now he's just 10,000 candles in the wind.
Yeah.
thought our love was real.
Should remix this.
We should remix.
Knew that love could kill. Yeah. Take your time and heal.
Hey,
If you take your time,
hey,
feel the way fall off.
Hey.
Fuck with your
hey.
Tired of your day job.
All right, you can cut it.
Let
Chris.
dirt roll like some kids we
Look, listen.
Oh,
All right, Booner, you, Barstool. Wow, I don't. Why do we care? Why are we making fun of this guy?
because it's a bad song.
All right, get it. I guess that's the way to come at it. But I guess I don't see the reason to hate this guy who's overcome addiction.
Hate.
All right, like he has other ways he could have vented this energy, and it could have got him in. He could have lost his contract.
Yeah,
Could have ended up a drug abuser
yeah.
once more. Instead, he vented through music. I got no problem with. No, it wasn't good.
Bad song.
But you can't listen. All right,
Flat out trash.
this is maybe not so much directed towards you.
I'm
Sure.
sure.
Love could kill.
But if you ever listen to "Walk to Poland" more than 2 times in your life,
Yeah.
Walk to Poland. I don't think I've ever heard the entire song.
then you can't say shit about this song. Every song these days is like this.
Oh, I
don't
forgot
even care.
about that song. Thanks for
This is
unlocking
so
that
good.
memory.
Don't.
I took the walk
Awful
to
song.
Poland.
That's a classic.
His
Terrible
producer let him down there. Like you got to if you have that much money, you got to go out and get a better producer.
Or
'Cause
buy a better
even the
voice.
sound on it was bad. I mean, even a bad voice you can make sound better. Like I feel like he got let down there. That was brutal.
That's tough. That's tough. Yeah.
I thought you respect it because you're a Future fan.
Huh? Future. Don't even compare that.
That's all
That's
time. If
disrespectful.
what's true is true, and he was the one that cheated on Kelsey Plum
Yeah.
for the divorce, and then he's making the breakup
Oh, I'm
song.
all about the toxicity. Like,
That's right up the alley. All right?
for sure. All about the toxicity. I'm Team Future. You know, Russell's a cuck, all that shit. But, like, that's just a bad song.
Yeah.
That's where it is for me.
Yeah.
You can vent. You can do healthy ways to fix this, but, like, make a good song.
Yeah, my first tweet was just like, yo, this guy's trying to, like, vent in a healthy way, in a productive way, right? 'Cause I'm assuming he's going to make some money off of doing this song because it's going to be on YouTube. People are going to, like, laugh at it, react to it like we did.
Yeah.
And profits from it. But then you said the funniest part. I don't know if it's your line or not. You said that's more embarrassing than being a crackhead.
That was my line. I put that right into the prep.
And then if you
I didn't
watched
have the
it in
balls
video-
to tweet it.
Oh, dude, you should have. I mean, that's funny as shit. I mean, why not? You said, wait, you called Tom Gores a cuck.
That's true. But
Yeah,
I didn't
pussy,
tweet
and they
it.
clipped it.
It did clip. They did clip it, but they were more focused about me saying Trajan Long Dong instead of that part. Yeah, it's the best part. That's how I knew everyone was coping, because instead of refuting my points about why it's not going to work, they're like, he can't even say his name. Rah! So it's just like, okay, yeah. So you don't think it's a good hire either?
The funniest part, though, when I finished watching the video, I watched it the second time when I pulled up because Booner had shit to say. At the end of the video, it's like him. He gets stabbed in the back by the girl. And he
In that
fall-
video?
Yeah.
Oh,
And then he
God,
falls-
I didn't see
And he
that.
falls into the ocean, and then, like, the waves come, and he's like, before it splashes in his face. Oh.
Yeah, like the whole cheating on your girl thing, you know, do what you got to do, brother. No, I'm not here to cast judgment, but like, using
It's his side, bro. It's his truth.
It's his truth.
It's her
Let
fault.
him speak his truth. It's, she is a professional athlete. They're probably on the road, doing her thing. And, all professional athletes get a bad rap. We should keep the same thing for Gus Blunt. Maybe she's out there in Vegas. Well, they were both in Vegas.
Oof.
Yeah.
So I guess you can't really, away games.
Whoa.
Who knew your heart could kill?
You make it sound like an 80s rock song.
That's what it sounds like. That's what it should be, but it's a rap song.
I feel like all music's made that way, though. That's the other part of it, too. Is like, I feel like everyone does some fucking auto-tune Wi-Fi bullshit.
With your heart could kill. Yeah, he should.
That
Him talking
sounded
in the
really
beginning
old,
sounded better than him singing. Like, he should have just actually sang instead of.
You did make it an 80s rock song. Take a walk to kill.
I thought it was if your heart could kill, if your love could kill.
Who knew your heart could kill?
If your love could kill. That would be better.
Have you been seeing the JoJo Siwa meme?
Dude, JoJo Siwa?
Stop
I don't
it.
know
Don't
what
do
JoJo Siwa is. Like, she's a strange being. Like, she walks around and she does her stupid dance. Like, have you seen her do the dance?
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't know what she is.
Full of energy.
I don't know what she does.
It's funny you say it that way, because remember that video I sent you last night, or maybe 2 nights ago, of like what's his name, Sam? Whatever guy you watch all the time?
Sam Sulik?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the cartoon. There's a cartoon version of JoJo Siwa, and because I don't know what it is, they have her as like a zoo attraction. He's like, no flash photography for the JoJo.
Yeah. Those videos scare me.
Bro, they're wild.
Yeah.
That's
They do get
terrible.
deep. Yeah, anyway, Conor McGregor has been wanting to play this video for 5 days. So we're just going to play it. Conor McGregor fights on June 29th. By the way, UFC 203 or 202 this Saturday. We'll have either Kevin Lee, Detroit's own, the Motown Phenom, Joaquin Buckley, or Charles Johnson with us tomorrow to break down those fights. But here's Conor McGregor and his full Ryan Garcia fight camp mode. There's multiple videos. See, there's one of him in selfie form, like,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's pretty lit.
he fights on June 29th.
Hey, let him
Yeah.
cope his truth.
You
Let
think
him train his truth.
he's toxic training.
Yeah, toxic training. He's getting all the good energy, the good vibes, so he'll feel better for the fight.
You think he saw, like, cause here's the thing.
Yeah.
That could be this weekend. Obviously, it's not. That one was a Connor's video, so probably was this weekend. But like, it could be pre-recorded.
Could be pre-recorded.
He's going the Ryan Garcia route, like, because he saw the attention that garnered.
Yeah.
Like, no way. And maybe he's trying.
That is what
remember the
Conor
odds,
does.
Wasn't he favorited before? Maybe he's trying to get himself as a favorite, or I'm sorry, as an underdog.
Throw a bunch of money.
Yeah.
I mean,
You know?
I could see that. Connor is very good at his
Branding
branding
marketing,
and
whatever, whatever words
He's a
you wanna
master
use.
marketer. He's a masturbator.
Either way, we got tons of Detroit Lions news for you guys today. Like I said, Ben Johnson was at the podium. Dan Campbell was at the podium. Aiden Hutchinson and more. Terrion Arnold making big plays already. Lots to talk about. But first, we got to tell you guys about Planet Fitness.
Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where anyone, and we mean anyone, can feel comfortable and work on their fitness goals. At Planet Fitness, you'll experience a squeaky clean gym that has tons of equipment, a full body workout in 30 minutes, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all that for
JoJo
just
Siwa.
$10 a month, no matter where you are. This is Planet Fitness close by, more than 50 in Metro Detroit, and thousands more throughout the world. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
What's up, everybody? Neil Rule, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, home of the Planet Fitness Studios. Let me tell you a little personal story about myself with Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness helped me change my life, and it can do the same for you. The best gym in the gym game. The clean facilities, tons of cardio equipment, tons of weights as well. And look, through all the price increases, inflation, all that, hasn't happened at Planet Fitness. Still $1 down, $10 per month, $24.99 a month for the Black Card as well. It's Planet Fitness, everybody, where your fitness is essential.
Thank you to the Detroit Lions and Sheila Ham for the best season in Lions history. Now it's time to let Brad Holmes cook. Woodward Sports.
Are you tired of the same old Detroit sports?
Merch.
Head on over to
What's up, the merch?
woodwardsports.com. Click that shop tab today. Get yourself some brand new merch. They got hoodies, tees, hats, all of that guaranteed to turn heads. Head on over to woodwardsports.com. Click that shop tab today. Get yourself some brand new merch.
Merch.
What is merch? Oh, you see, but the heat'll work.
Brendan Harris in the chat says, I bet Spenny could come close to outlifting Sam Sulek.
He can't.
No.
He's a Sam Sulek sim.
No chance. Sam Sulek is a monster, dude.
No chance. We should have made Justin stay here, although he forces him away on 2 other shows today. He said he spoke with Jack Fox, Michael Badgley, all last night at some for the race, for the Grand Prix.
Oh,
I guess they're done the promoting or whatever.
He was there.
Yeah, he was
how
there.
did he get there?
How did he get there? I guess he goes every year. He's rich.
He's rich. Yeah.
Justin lives in West Bloomfield, owns his own boat.
Yeah.
At 21 years old. Is he even 21?
No, I don't know. All I know is he's rich.
Yeah, Justin's rich. Either way,
you rich.
He was down there with the boys.
No, did he?
And I didn't know this previously about Jack Fox, but
wait, he was on a boat with them?
No. He was. I don't know. I don't know the details of it, where they were.
Detroit River.
Now you got me thinking they're on a boat.
No, it was probably the.
It was just an event.
The VIP, the Grand Prix VIP like gala. They do it every year. I used to work it every year. It was before Grand Prix. It was like right outside. Well, it used to be downtown. Now that Grand Prix is downtown, I assume it's in the same spot. But yeah, I used to work it every year when I worked at Andiamo. Just like I'd walk around with hors d'oeuvres. Hey, Terry Crews, you want some hors d'oeuvres? Hey, Big Sean, you want some hors d'oeuvres? It was pretty cool. But that's probably where it was.
Hashtag the Spinny Path.
Spinny Path.
It's a real thing.
Either way, he spoke with Jack Campbell, and I guess they were discussing like
Jack Fox.
Jack Fox. I apologize. He spoke with Jack Fox, and they were discussing like this year's season, obviously expectations and stuff like that. And then I guess Jack Fox, once upon a time, used to be on the Kansas City Chiefs practice squad back in 2019. Either way, he related this year's camp for the Detroit Lions so far, because we're not an official camp, still just OTAs. And he said it was a similar feeling. Kansas City Chiefs that year, obviously coming off the loss to the, I believe it was the Patriots in that one, in the AFC title game. They're kind of salty about it, and they had missions. They had their eyes set on the Super Bowl. Not just trying to win games. Like they got close enough, and they knew where they wanted to be. And he says this year's Detroit Lions OTA, the team, the environment, the aura, if you will, has been of that same ilk. And that team went to win a Super Bowl, Spenny.
Yeah, I mean, that's where it starts. It starts at day one, starts at the ground floor, and that's what these guys have been preaching. I mean, with Dan Campbell, I almost said Jack Campbell. With Dan Campbell being a guy who's been in situations where teams have won Super Bowls before, he knows what that aura is like. He knows what the practices have to be like. He knows what training camp has to be like, how intense they are, what it goes through. So there are expectations on this team. I bet 1 through 62 on that roster thinks that they're going to win a Super Bowl, expects them to win a Super Bowl, and you feel that kind of confidence leaking from Allen Park. It's like Conquerors hockey. We could see it coming this way, but I am excited for this season, and I'm glad that these guys are taking it this seriously, because I know that Dan Campbell is a dude who pays a lot of attention to detail, and it starts at practice before you even get to a game.
Yeah, it's just dope. It's just like by the way, breaking news. I don't know if it's breaking news or not, if anyone cares to hear it, but the Chicago Bears will be featured in Hard Knocks this year.
Wow.
Kind of interesting. Get inside in the enemy territory.
What bums? Imagine fitting the criteria to be invited to Hard Knocks. Bums.
Losers!
Imagine being such a bum your team has the ability to go on Hard Knocks.
Congratulations, you just got
like
Amon-Ra
a locked
clown.
in. Only because I knew
for sure.
I was going to be probably different strokes for different folks, right? Different leadership, but you knew what the situation was here in Detroit when we were on the sending, and obviously we had the bad stuff to make it through as well. But it'd be cool to see the Chicago Bears on that same ascent. Or
yeah, it'd be cool to see
troubled
if Caleb Williams is like a Karl Anthony Towns. You know,
What?
LGBTQB1. Like, if he's out there going like,
you were scared to tweet. That's more embarrassing than crack.
They were
calling them LGBT.
I mean, I don't know what his pronouns are, but imagine him going out there and being like, "They were asking about you in media today. I swear to God."
That was
like,
wild.
That would be funny. The Bears are a good choice. Obviously, they have the most hyped quarterback prospect since Trevor Lawrence. They have a lot of great offensive weapons, and we'll see if Eberflus can do anything with all those guys.
One thing that came out easy, it was the ESPN FPI best chance to win the Super Bowl. I don't know if you guys saw this. I did not throw it in Slack. Was just able to find the graphic, but 49ers lead with a 16% chance. Chiefs 12%. Lions just under the Chiefs at 10%. Above the Cowboys, Ravens, Eagles, Bills, Bengals. So that's just like we're talking about. Obviously, Jack Fox has been there, seen it, done it on that practice squad team. But he was there last year. He knows that this wasn't a one-time fluke to the NFC Championship game. ESPN FPI obviously agrees with it. We're going to have to most likely go through the 49ers again, but I feel good about this team. Obviously, Jack Fox does as well. I mean, this is turning into just a Super Bowl environment. And when you don't get there, it's going to be a bust. And we're going to, obviously be disappointed if you don't.
If you don't. Obviously, I'm just too good at predicting things, so I'm used to saying this often. But I just love when you have a take, and then you have these coaches or players then hit the microphone and confirm them, right? Like we had said, Jack Campbell, especially to all the haters in the chat. If there are any haters left of Jack Campbell who just think he was a bust or whatever, like crazy to judge anybody off their rookie year, by the way. It's just insane, especially after watching Afonso Melifonwu and Derek Barnes, what they did last year. But did you hear AG hit the podium and say, yeah, Jack Campbell going to be a problem this year? Obviously, they didn't address the wide receiver throughout the offseason, whether free agency or draft. You talk about Jameson Williams. Big year for Jameson Williams. Dan Campbell hit the microphone. Yeah, J-Mo's the most improved guy out there right now.
Yep.
And then this, too. Just the Super Bowl.
The atmosphere, the expectations, how these guys are carrying themselves, how they walk in, like how ready they are for practice. You don't have anybody holding out. You don't have anybody not showing up to OTAs because they know, like, this is real. This is the year. This is their Super Bowl year. This is the year the Lions win the Super Bowl. Like, it's going down in history. And everybody wants to have a statue outside of that fucking arena. Everybody wants a statue outside of Ford Field. So they're all going to be going in there playing like that, practicing like that, living like that, because that's where it is. And you love to see that. And that is instilled from the top. That is when you hear your owner say, yeah, we have Super Bowl expectations in Sheila Ford Hamp. When you hear your GM, who drafted the majority of the players on this roster, saying, yeah, we're feeling like we want to win the Super Bowl. You hear your head coach, who inspires every player on this roster every day, saying, yeah, we're going to win a Super Bowl. That leaks out to these guys. That is the expectation. That is the goal, and that's what I think is going to happen.
Amen. And just one more thing because I keep getting tagged by Adrian here. I don't see anything about there being an NFC North Hard Knocks divisional one. Have you guys heard of that?
He says according to Shefty.
I don't see it from Shefty.
I'll do some research. I'll do some research.
Find that. I don't know if that would be dope. No, I don't think it is. They do a midseason one, but it's not like a divisional one. I haven't seen that yet. Listen, if it's cool, that'd be awesome, and I'm here for it. I just don't know that to be true. One other thing, actually, with those guys being the Hard Knocks, having a masterclass coach like Dan Campbell, who's like great at like controlling the narrative, the room. Let there be some bulletin board material just slip up.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? On the Hard Knocks footage. And let Dan Campbell get a hold of it, put it in a pot, let it brew a little bit, sprinkle a little bit of all the salt, a little Haterade in there too.
Oh, yeah.
From PFF rankings or CBS rankings. We don't have to worry about the Bears.
Nope.
They're going to get slapped.
Yep.
On top of just the close games last year, the loss last year. Come on now. I'm happy to have a divisional opponent on the Hard Knocks.
I am too.
Especially
imagine being such a loser. You go on Hard Knocks. Could never be us this year.
It couldn't. But we were on there. That's where Dan Campbell became a national star.
It's true.
Dan Campbell was on the podium today. Almost broke the podium today. Almost tipped that thing over. We'll get to that video footage right after Nick tells us about Feldman Chevrolet.
Nice.
I can't say it.
Since 1996, Feldman Automotive has been driven to provide a fast, convenient, and first-class car buying experience called the Feldman Advantage. With 18 locations, there's a Feldman dealership in your backyard. Visit FeldmanAuto.com to find the location nearest you. And catch Woodward Sports Network live from Feldman Chevrolet of Novi every other Monday. Feldman Chevrolet, Detroit's #1 Chevy dealer.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola, really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out PremierPetSupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets?
Nobody!
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
If you wake up, when you wake up every morning at 8 a.m., make sure you tune in to Woodward Sports. Join Kool-Aid, Flannel Sam, Broder, JB, and KG every morning as to cover all of Detroit sports. Sports talk, banter, and live fan interaction, all on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
You say if you wake up?
I was gonna say, because you guys were talking nightmares, if you wake up from a nightmare.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just sounded a little...
It's like, if you're lucky to live another day.
If you wake up in the morning, don't forget
Be grateful
to tune
for
in
life and
to
watch
Woodward
Morning
Sports.
Woodward.
If you're blessed enough to open those eyes in the morning.
Do you love your family? Watch Wake Up Woodward. Sorry.
How do you think blind people wake up?
All right. Moving on. They don't.
Just another day.
It's a constant dream. Constant nightmare.
Do they dream? Like,
whoa.
How they? Is it like shaped?
Whoa. I've always wondered that. You get too far deep into it. You know? Because like you could feel a face, but like still, like what does it look like to them? Like what do they picture it as?
Yeah.
Still?
Like if you've been blind your whole
like, what
life.
do they think of hair? Like
yeah.
They probably won't feel hair. Not going that far. Yeah.
Like if you've been blind your whole life, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird to think about.
I was blind my whole life until I saw quarterback play at
Until Darren Waller spoke to me.
Imagine touching a face and being like, ew.
Imagine having your face touched and then
someone saying, ew. Yeah.
Oh, that's what you look like.
Yeah, that would hurt. All right. Regardless, Dan Campbell had some comments today that he was asked about Aiden Hutchinson. And I love that this was asked. I think it was Woj who brought it up, but the sacks versus pressures. There's been an argument here on this network. There's been an argument on Twitter. Dan Campbell had his take on it today.
To you, the impact of a defense, and can Hutchinson has another level or two, I would think, to rise to?
Yeah, sacks aren't that big of a deal as long as you're getting the pressures. As long as you're getting pressures that and those pressures show up that affect the quarterback negatively, you know. Now, would you rather have sacks? Absolutely, I'd rather have sacks, right? You lost the yardage, all those things, but the pressures are more to me than, man, a pressure that affects the quarterback. We watched a couple of clips this morning in front of the team. Quarterback's wanting to step up. He can't step up. The throw is high. He's flipping to his right. He can't get his hips around, and we throw a pick. So these things that end up in negative plays, whether it's incomplete, it's turnovers, it's whatever, I'll take those all day long. So, look, Hutch is going to continue to improve, and whether those come in sacks or not, I already know he's going to be better. You know what I mean? That's just the way he is, the way he works. It's like Saint. I mean, you're going to be able to count on the production he's going to bring.
Do you buy that he needs somebody or more production on the other side of the line to improve?
That will always help. I mean, it helps. If you've got somebody else that can kind of push him to you, At times you can kind of hide in a little window, and it could be a half a yard the other way and that's all it takes for him to miss by an arm length. So that helps. Yeah, it certainly does. But you can also get that from a 3 technique on the other side. That could be Mac, that's opposite of him on some things. So, but yeah, somebody on the other side always is going to help.
Thank God, because on Twitter, I didn't see this clip. And on Twitter, everybody was framing it like, oh, Dan Campbell is fine with just pressures. Like, oh, Dan Campbell said pressures are fine. No, he said there's levels to this shit. He said, yeah, pressures are better than not getting pressure, but I'd still rather have a sack. And that is 100% true. Obviously, a pressure is better than letting the quarterback just stand there, but you'd rather have a sack.
Yeah.
That's what he literally just said. So everybody that was taking their victory lap, I'm like, pressures are enough. Like, no, that's not what he said. He did not say pressures are enough. He said pressures are better than nothing, which is true, which I agree with. But sacks are better than pressures.
Yeah, I'm 100% in agreement with Dan Campbell. We learned yesterday specifically, right? The pressure thing, we see that he led the league in pressures, is coming from where? PFF. We just had a lead analyst from PFF on yesterday who basically told us big-time throw rate, amongst other stats that they have, are subjective.
Yes.
There's no true definition to these things. And I've always said that shit about these advanced analytics. This is one of them, all right? Like, a pressure could be a good thing if it affects the quarterback in a negative way. If it doesn't, why is it counted as a pressure? Who's counted that as a pressure? Because if he's still able to make a throw, the pressure wasn't enough. And as you said, and as Dan Campbell finished that sentence with, yeah, you still rather have the sacks. But the pressures are, again, if you affect the quarterback negatively, that's the goal. And he is obviously talking about, too, also having a little bit of help there. Mm-hmm. Could be coming in the form of 3 technique, come in the form of Marcus Davenport, James Houston. I think, and I'm in the same camp as Dan Campbell, I believe you're in the same camp as Dan Campbell, just because if you played football or played on the defensive line or offensive line specifically, you kind of just know that interior pressure gives you the biggest issue, and that's what escorts you to a guy that's going to sack you in Aiden Hutchinson or Trey Hendrickson, and that's DJ Reader. That's Aleem McNeil. That's their role this year. And Nick, I know you want to talk on the pressures versus sacks, though, too.
Oh, when it comes to the pressures versus sacks, obviously you would rather have the sack, and I don't know if he led the league in pressures, but he was, obviously he racked them up last season. But that half second this year, with that upgraded secondary, you're going to see those pressures turn into sacks. That's going to be the difference this year compared to last year, is that quarterback having to hold the ball an extra split second, and that's where Hutch actually comes down with the sack compared to the pressure rate that you saw so high last season.
Yeah, pressures can mean that you're beating your man, and that's like you winning a rep. You can look at positively, too. But in terms of affecting the game, right, we know that Hutch led the league in pressures last year. But we knew our defense was ass last year. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of those pressure stats that he got or was credited with, and I'm not trying to shit on Hutch at all, but they didn't mean shit at the end of the day because it didn't affect the quarterback negatively enough that they weren't able to make the play. Now, some of that, can you blame on the secondary that you had back there? Yes. All right. Cam Sutton's getting murdered the back half of last season.
Yep.
Obviously, you had the situation, too, with Kendall Vildor. That was more of a playoff situation. Jerry Jacobs lost his starting job. We didn't have the cornerback play that we wanted to. But this year... I could have started the show with this one. This year, did you guys hear Terry? I don't know what he did today. Should I say that for a whole other thing?
Save that for a whole other thing.
Oh, man. But this year, they made sure they were stocked with cornerbacks able or capable of making the plays if Aiden Hutchinson does get a pressure enough to affect the quarterback negatively. And that's how I look at pressures, too. That's how I look at all advanced analytics, by the way. I'm glad that we had literally a guy from the biggest advanced analytic company on to kind of tell you, like, this is kind of subjective. There's no true definition of this one. Mm-hmm. Thank you fucking Lord, because I'm so sick of nerds being like, oh yeah, we'll look at the fucking advanced wind percentage on a Wednesday is what's 2 degrees out. Like, I hate that shit.
Yeah, and then like the whole pressures thing was silly to me. Like, oh, he gets enough pressures, that's fine, that's good. Yeah, it's good. It's better than nothing. It's better than not getting there, but a sack is better than a pressure. It's flat out. You have 5 pressures in a row, or 4 pressures in a row in 4 downs. Maybe you get an interception off one of them. Maybe you get something off one of them. If you have 4 sacks in a row on 4 downs, you get the ball back. Like that's what happens. So I do like that he was getting there. That is definitely better. Like I said, better than nothing. But give me more sacks. I need to see that. Pause.
Speaking of sacks here, Spenmo, Michael in the Woodward Sports group chat, a pressure is like foreplay. It's better than nothing, but you'd still rather finish.
Yes.
Chris, where are you at with Hutch's pressure?
Yeah, I mean, there's not much to say other than the fact of it is a good thing to have, but it's context matters with it, and ultimately at the end of the day, you'd much rather have sacks and pressure. So, Hutch, I think, will take a tremendous step forward. I think a lot of times when you look at it, it wasn't him necessarily not finishing plays. It was more so just him not being able to get to the quarterback to cause enough pressure to really affect the plays. So I think you're going to see a big uptick in Hutch's production this year, because I don't think it was an inability to finish. I think it was more so just the attention that he garnered.
Yeah, he was the best player on this defense by far, and there wasn't really anybody else you had to worry about, especially after Aleem McNeil went down. It was, all right, if we stop Aiden Hutchinson, nobody's going to get to the quarterback unless they blitz, unless it's Ife Melifonwu, unless it's Alex Anzalone, which is why those guys were like second and third or third and fourth in sacks on this team. So now that we have guys that you do have to worry about, hopefully Aleem stays healthy all year. DJ Reader provides a presence in the middle of that defensive line that could not be duplicated by anybody else on this team last year. So that is going to force quarterbacks to worry about more than one person. That is going to force offensive game plans to be different, because it's not just take out Hutch and then worry about blitzers. It's, oh shit, we have other guys who can win one-on-ones. We have other guys who can get pressure on the quarterback. So you're going to see different shifting in the offensive line. You're going to see people have to worry about the opposite edge, whether it be James Houston or Marcus Davenport. Those are two guys that can win one-on-ones. So if either of them are healthy for a year, like I said, what I'm doing is I'm combining them into one player. Like Marcus Davenport and James Houston, I'll be happy if we get one full year out of both of them combined. That is your opposite edge rusher. Both of those guys can win one-on-ones, and they're going to be seeing one-on-ones because Hutch will be doubled and Reader will be doubled. So you're going to have more opportunities for the other guys. Shout out Will Ferrell. Shout out Marky Mark. But he's kind of racist.
Really? Why?
Yeah.
Speaking of those other guys, you named a few of them there. When you think about pressures that could turn into sacks for Aiden Hutchinson, you guys said maybe up the middle, maybe that other end spot. Which one do you guys think the pressures will come from the most? Is it Aleem? Is it Reader? Is it a Houston? Is it Davenport? Where do you guys see that pressure really turning up where it could get pushed to Hutch?
I don't know. It's tough because DJ Reader, he actually still gets DJ Reader. Yeah, DJ Reader. Just because he's going to do it once, and they're going to have to draw the attention to him where there's extra blockers, right? And then that's going to free up the situation. That's why I'm telling you guys, I've been talking about Aleem McNeil, having a monster year. Hutchinson, I mean, who knows? Maybe he's the guy that's triple team and it ends up Aleem McNeil still eating. You know what I'm saying? That's the beauty of it all.
Yeah. That's where I'm at with this. I think it's got to be Aleem, just because I think Reader will do his job and just cause more attention and focus rather than bringing the actual pressure that allows Hutchinson to eat. I think it will be Aleem that will be slipping through. We saw this guy last year, get sacks at a high rate. So I think he's going to be the one that's right there, and the quarterback's going to have to run from that, and then boom, you got Hutch on the edge just smacking you around.
Hey, yo.
I don't think that's is that an AO?
No. Hey, I'm not judging, just like to shoot straight.
So you're asking about Hutch edging. I don't know, man.
That's fair.
Skibidi toilet, live it done.
Pause to be safe.
Yeah.
I think the beauty of this defensive line is that it's going to work in unison. Like, someone's going to eat. Yeah, it's fun. Obviously, we have a talk show, so we're going to talk about picking who's going to have the most and who had the second most and so on and so forth. But at the end of the day, all that matters is that they get to the quarterback. Somebody on the defensive line is getting home. I think, personally, it probably end up being Aleem just because you have to have the extra attention to Hutchinson. You saw what he did. You saw the extra attention just last year alone. And obviously, DJ Reader needs extra attention as well. So it's kind of up to Aleem to step up here, and I kind of fully expect him to do so.
I fully expect him to do so too. We saw him do it last year until he got hurt. Like, he was the best pass rusher on this team outside of Aiden Hutchinson until he got injured. So if he could stay healthy, especially with a guy next to him in DJ Reader, like I said, Aleem was doing this with a dog beater next to him last year. Like, imagine doing it.
We beat the dog.
There's a tweet that Devoted to Detroit found from him.
What did it say?
Dog fights tonight.
Oh, it is 2015.
Yeah.
I saw that. Ugh. He said dog food up lately.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
2016.
But yeah, so
follows me on Twitter.
With nobody's next to him, Aleem McNeil was making plays. With a guy commanding a double team next to him in DJ Reader, like, it's going to be even more plays for him to make.
187, need a defensive tackle to tack when the QB steps up. That's what Aleem McNeil is this year. That's what he was a little bit of last year too. I mean, 5 sacks, and that's with the injury as well, and him also kind of like the newfound role as an interior pass rusher. We have more too. Again, Dan Campbell spoke, Ben Johnson spoke, Scotty Montgomery spoke. We got to get a couple clips from Hutchinson as well, but I like the things we had to hear today. Confirmation bias. A lot of you guys tune in for us too. That's why you guys hate me because I don't give it to you when it comes to Jared Goff. But I'm getting a lot of it when it comes to these press conferences for Detroit Lions, man.
You know what?
I'm eating it up. The confirmation bias.
Oh.
Because I get not really biased, still like an analyst, but regardless, we have to go to break. Tell us about Guardian Alarm when we get back. Let's talk about Ben Johnson.
Guardian Alarm offers you customized solutions from real experts. Their professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. They also have 24/7 professional monitoring. You can call them anytime, day or night, and know a Guardian Alarm team member will stay on the phone as long as they need. They also have technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology that's been proven to work and people who have been proven to care. So call them at 1-800-STAY-OUT. That's 1-800-STAY-OUT. And tell them Turkish Quandale Dingle sent you.
Congratulations to the real coach of the year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists. Enjoy a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, scalp and neck massage, and a hot towel treatment to top it off. Enter for your chance to win the $50,000 Perfect Bracket Challenge. With more than 25 Metro Detroit locations, there's always a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
You baby.
Dispo Dispensary is your best local cannabis plug in the game. They got the best bartenders, the best atmosphere, and the best deals at Dispo Dispensary. Over 6 locations more for your local cannabis plug for a reason. If you can't make it there, they'll make it to your door by visiting disposhops.com and clicking Dispo Dash. That's Dispo, your local cannabis plug. What it do? And welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm Easy, joined by Spitmo Rex.
Hi, Darren.
You and Chris. Nicholas Koloff, a.k.a. Detroit Mario.
Let's fucking go.
Let's go. Chris, I sent Ben Johnson one in there. Do you have that by chance or no?
If you just sent it, no, then I will get it.
All right, cool.
Yep.
Detroit Mario.
It's a long one, but we'll cut it out like at the finishing point. But I thought the Ben Johnson press conference was probably the most interesting today, just because, again, it felt like he was venting the entire time. Like he spoke about the interviews, he spoke about the opportunities, he spoke the reasons why he didn't take those opportunities.
Yeah,
it got pretty deep, man. This clip is kind of long, but it's gas.
Let's hear it.
I'm not gonna lie. Well, actually, I clipped it while we were live, so it might not be the greatest edit, but play it either way.
Something that coach had said. So 2021 and early part of 2022, he had made this analogy to the team just about how we were sailing down the ocean, and at that moment we were in the Arctic. We were hitting the icebergs. We had the storms going on, and I mean, those were dark days. But he had the foresight, he had the vision of where we were going and where we were heading. He assured us, guys, I see it. I see where we're going. The results haven't been there yet, but the Caribbean is on the horizon. It's coming up. You know, and I'm sitting on the plane, I'm thinking back to that, and just the story of my career has been living in that Arctic for a lot of it. That was the second time I've been to the playoffs. The first time I'd experienced winning games in the playoffs. I think when it boils down to it, I wanted the sunshine a little bit longer. You know, that's really what it comes down to for me. I like the sunshine. I like what we've built here, starting with ownership, the head coach, the GM, on down. We have a great group of guys in the locker room, and I want to reap the rewards with them a little bit longer.
A lot of people would, maybe they find it hard to believe right when you have an opportunity that you have to take.
Because this is kind of like a two-parter, and it is just that point alone, like, you got a feeling for what the culture is, or at least like where it's at right now, to a point where this guy has had multiple opportunities, which he'll speak on once we resume the video. But he's multiple opportunities, decided to come home because, and he gave you a great analogy. What a phenomenal analogy. I've noticed things ain't been going as great as I've wanted, so I got back in my Jocko Willink grind, and he talked about the storm. And that's kind of like the analogy that Dan Campbell gave, that obviously hit because Ben Johnson's able to reflect on it. He's talking about, although you're on the journey and it may be rocky, maybe some shit in the way, as long as you're captaining your ship, you can still see the sunshine beyond there. It's all going to be good. But you just got to make it through the trouble parts first. And obviously, as a team, they made it through the trouble parts that 2021 season, the first half of that 22 season, to like now being like Super Bowl favorites or among the top 5 Super Bowl favorites. And he's now in the sunshine. And he likes being in the sunshine. And not only does he like being in the sunshine, but he got there with his dogs, right? He got there with his boys, this team, Jared Goff, Dan Campbell. And he's not ready to leave the crew yet. He wants to spend more time in the sunshine. And then he carries on with this. But before we play the second half, Spinney, I guess your take on the analogy.
No, you love to hear that because this is what the process is all about. The process is reaping the benefits of where they are now. Like, they went through all those hard times. They went through building this team, building this system, building around Jared Goff, and now everything's clicking. Now it's a well-oiled machine. Now you're winning games. You're going to the playoffs. You're having fun. You're going to NFC Championships games. You're going to be winning Super Bowls. Like, yeah, you might want to stay there a little longer and bask in the glory of what you built rather than just jump ship. Man. Yeah, jump ship and just start over with the Panthers. Like, no thanks. I'd rather
I'm good.
I'd rather be cruising on my jet stream than sinking in a rowboat. Like, that's what it's all about.
Another phenomenal analogy by you.
Thank you.
That's a great one. Hold on, I think it's coming from DNC. Let me find it. This is great. He says, hold up. Dan Campbell's vision is so elite, he can say halfway across the world from the Arctic to the Gulf? Yes. Yes, and even if he doesn't, he's able to deliver it in a way that you believe him. That's why he's a fucking man. Nick, Chris, any comments on, I guess, the vision, the sunshine, before we move on to the second half of that?
I mean, it's just everything you guys said. It's confirming the fact of the culture that is here. A part of me wants to be like cynical and say, okay, this is like a little bit of PR playing to the fans. But I mean, truthfully, what is this regime giving you to believe that that's not what this is? Because everyone from this organization, top to bottom, has been bought in and has been bought in for years. So I see no reason to, shove this off as, oh yeah, Ben Johnson, doesn't want to be here, or he's not happy to be here. I think he's totally fine being here. Would he probably want to be a head coach making $17 million a year? Sure, but I don't think that means he's not happy here.
And when it comes to the vision that he's talking about, the vision obviously is the Super Bowl. And you think about the additions that this team has made, and you think about re-signing its own players. You think about St. Brown, you think about Panay, you think about Goff, you think about the building blocks of this team. This dude's a building block of this whole entire organization is Ben Johnson. And him coming back might be the biggest addition of them all, or the biggest guy that we retained for this season.
For sure. The biggest acquisition of the offseason was keeping Ben Johnson. He is the best or top 3 play caller in the NFL. Yeah, he said, nothing's gonna ever keep me down. I didn't hear no bell. Like, this guy is a freak of nature. He's a wizard. He is a guy that you need on this team, and keeping him was by far the best acquisition of the offseason.
He's such a real one too, though, because like he could have easily, and we kind of saw it last year. And obviously Panthers was a weird situation, but David Canales, the former offensive coordinator for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, he had just one good year, jumped ship immediately for the first head coaching opportunity. And again, we know the situation with the Carolina Panthers. If you don't know the situation with the Carolina Panthers, David Tepper is among the worst owner, probably the worst owner, him and Tom Gores. He's probably worse than Tom Gores. And if you watch this program regularly, you know how this program feels specifically about Tom Gores. David Tepper's even worse than that. You have him coming to restaurants, knocking off hats off the waiting staff to change the sign from making fun of his team. He's throwing drinks on fans. That Dave Canales jumped ship with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who built a good thing, to go head coach that. And this is Ben Johnson on the reason why he didn't do that exact same thing.
You can find it hard to believe, right? When you have an opportunity that you have to take on or whatever. Why is that more important to you, like from seeing that through, I guess, than taking that for yourself right now, creating that for yourself?
Yeah, well, listen, there's a lot of things that go into it, a lot of reasons and dynamics that play a part. Something that really resonates with me is, okay, 8 openings this past year. What would you set the over-under in 3 years? How many still have jobs? Shoot, yeah, I'd put the over-under at 4.5. I would say there's a good chance 5 of them are out of jobs in 3 years, you know? And so when I look at it from that perspective, if I get the opportunity to go down that road, it's about how do I get to that second contract? How do I set myself up that the stars need to align? I'm not going to do it just to do it. I love what I'm doing right now. Love it. I love where I'm at. My family loves where we're at. Love the people that we're doing it with. And so I'm not willing to go down the other path yet unless I feel really good about how it's going to unfold.
What's some 2 or 3 would make?
Say it again?
I said that's what I meant, 2 or 3 would make.
Sorry.
Damn, Chris almost doxed me, dude.
Easy call.
So Ben Johnson basically just went up on that podium and said, there's 1,000 yous, there's only one of me. Like, that's literally what it is. He's on his Kanye shit, minus the anti-Semitism. Like, he knows that he will be the hottest commodity in the head coaching realm as long as he's the offensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions. That is not like cyclical. That is a set standard. This offense is going to be fantastic as long as Ben Johnson is the one coordinating it. So as long as he's there, he is going to get head coaching opportunities. So he doesn't have to jump off and sell his soul to Mark Tepper or jump off and go do something that he doesn't want to do, because head coaches in the NFL get fired every single year. So there's going to be opportunities every single year.
Every day.
Yeah. Motherfuckers die every day. And so I am excited that he takes that aspect, though, because he knows his self-worth.
Yeah.
He knows who he is. He knows how everybody wants him. Pause. Like, this is a guy who could get a head coaching spot whenever he wanted to.
That's the other part, too. Like, this isn't the whole presser. I would gladly sit through and, break down each part of this presser because it was a phenomenal one, especially the first 10 minutes of it. But, like, at a certain point, somebody asked him straight up, like, are you confident you could become a head coach? And just the yeah, like the fucking, like, yeah, I know I'm the fucking man. You're absolutely right with that. And yeah, he's playing it smart. And I'm glad, because you always wondered, like, is he nervous to become head coach? Is he not ready to become head coach? Could he not accumulate a staff in time to become a head coach?
Yeah.
No, we got our answers. He wants to stay here, enjoy the sunshine. And on top of that, too, he gave you straight facts and a little bit of a diss back to the Redskins, or I'm sorry, the Commanders, who kind of put it out there in the media through Adam Shefty that, like,
Washington football team.
Nah, we didn't really, he wanted too much money. He wasn't the right guy. He wasn't our number one choice. No. He knew that you weren't his choice.
Yeah.
Carolina Panthers, you weren't his choice. These aren't situations he wanted to go to put a bad resume on himself, because he, like you said, he knows what he's worth. He wants to go to a situation where he's going to absolutely kill it. And it wasn't going to be an ownership like David Tepper. It wasn't going to be an unproven ownership with the Commanders. It's going to be a situation where he feels comfortable, where he knows he could be his best self. And I mean, that's what you got to look for.
Yeah. Ryan Lentz makes a good point in the chat. Our own Ryan Lentz. He says, Ben Johnson is rising up Livy Dunn in Ohio. And it's true. Like, he is a Sigma. He is phantom taxing the NFL right now. Like, it's just
straight
awesome.
aura.
It's just, it's just awesome to, like, let him know that there are Kai Sinets that can be phantom taxed at any skibbity moment. So he can just be a Sigma, and Livy Duns will flock to his Riz. So I love seeing that out of Ben Johnson. I love that being the mindset of these coordinators on our team.
Easy. When you think about the perfect fit, one guy that obviously I think it's gotten thrown around a lot, whatever it is, one guy that I want to stay in this league as long as possible is Andy Reid. Because could you imagine if he retires and then Ben Johnson becomes the coach of Patrick Mahomes?
Wow.
I want Andy Reid to remain in this league so we can keep Ben Johnson, because I feel like that could be a match made in heaven in the future if that is the case. If he is waiting for that perfect fit, like, obviously that's, the perfect fit right there.
Yeah, it's kind of like, and it could be spun this way if big media got a hold of it, because it is the offseason, looking for things to talk about, especially because it did feel like a direct hit or reply to the Commanders and their diss. A little Kendrick versus Drake going on here. Yeah. But, like, 8 openings. He said only, what, the 4.5? He said 5 of those guys are going to lose their jobs in the next 3 years. Calling out every single one of you motherfuckers. He didn't say which one was losing their job. All 8 of y'all motherfuckers. 5 of y'all going to die. Well, maybe not die, but everyone's going to die. But either way. So 5 are going to lose their job. Like, it's saucy me. I like it. He's talking his shit.
Yeah, he is. And he knows. Like I said, there's 1,000 yous. There's only one of me. You can go out and get these guys. but you're not going to have the offensive genius like Ben Johnson, like the Mike McDonald, like the Sean McVay, like the Kyle Shanahan. He is of that ilk of play calling. This isn't just he's doing pretty good. No, like he is a freak of nature football mind.
I'm thinking Titans got a new head coach.
Panthers got a new head coach.
Patriots.
I could easily see the Panthers coach being fired after winning 3 games this season.
Falcons got a new head coach.
Could they underperform?
What about the Jets?
Got enough offensive pieces. Jets.
And
that's going out of like the 8 openings that were fulfilled this season.
Mm-hmm.
What were you saying, Nick?
Oh, I thought
Saleh
he was saying Saleh got canned, but he could if he doesn't perform.
Saleh could get canned for sure.
Yeah, Saleh's in the hot seat for sure.
So is Sean McDermott. Like there are a lot of coaches on the hot seat, and you don't think Ben Johnson will be like, "Oh shit, go coach Josh Allen, the best dual threat quarterback of all time." Fucking Steve Young. That could be a position he's waiting for. The Jets could be a position he's waiting for.
I didn't even think about the Bills situation.
Yeah, like Sean McDermott, you only get so many cracks at the well before you move on.
And that's the thing, too, is like Josh Allen's so skilled that if you were able to provide the run game, shit could get ugly.
And James Cook looked pretty fucking good last year.
He got going. A couple games.
So, and I'm sure he likes Keon Coleman because who doesn't like Keon Coleman? So going to
honestly, yeah, my sister who doesn't watch a lick of football is like, "Who's Keon Coleman?
He's a dog. And
he's funny. I like him.
He is funny. Did you see his video?
I see. He has like 12 every week.
Like Tiger, wish I could.
Wish I could.
Yeah, Tiger, wish I could. That shit was funny. But yeah, like there are going to be spots opening up for Ben Johnson in the future that will be a lot more attractive than the Panthers. Nobody wants to go to the fucking
Durs.
Panthers or the Durs. Yeah.
What is it? The Durs?
What is it? The Durs?
All right, we gotta go to break.
Sirianni, if they collapse against Andrew Jones,
that's a great one too, because he already rubs people the wrong way to begin with.
I don't think he's that good of a coach.
Johnson gets behind the seat of that offense.
I don't like that.
I really don't think Sirianni's a good coach.
Hey, Harbaugh's already not playing music at OTAs. Could he get a quick out? Is he too old?
Yeah, like what? That's some boomer shit.
That is some boomer.
That is El Riz. Like
I did read some that Bill Belichick did that, but some guys appreciated it after the fact. Obviously,
that is El Riz, bro. Like let the Sigmas be Sigmas. You're being a Kai Cenat while you're phantom taxing the movement.
Where's this coming from?
We were watching brain rot videos in the back.
All right, tell us about Lady Jane.
Lady Jane's. You can skibbity your way on to Lady Jane's because awesome is when a guy can be a Sigma and phantom tax an amazing haircut. That's Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Stop in, sit back, relax, and let one of Lady Jane's talented stylists riz you, make you look and feel great. Walk in anytime, 7 days a week. Lady Jane's. It's wicked awesome.
El or Harborough.
El.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
The best. Premier Pet Supply is hands down Michigan's best pet store. Same prices and all the conveniences as the online and big box retailers, with one major difference. They're family and locally owned and operated for over 30 years. With 60 brands of food and nutrition experts to help you. Same day local curbside home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best. www.premierpetsupply.com.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Whatever Waits Live with Sports.com. Your boy Easy, joined by Spimo Rex, Young Chris, Nicholas Koloff, a.k.a. Detroit Maria. Smash that like button, be a friend, tell a friend, Chris, get up a pole, goddammit. You're not like your mama. Talking about YouTube.
But we friends, though.
Oh, no.
But we friends, though.
What's that doing?
Have you seen, you know Kai Cenat, right?
Yeah.
He did a stream with Kevin Hart.
Okay.
Dude, it was really funny. But like he's got one of his streams was with Tyla. He did a thing with Tyla.
Oh.
And he asked her out on a date and she like declined. She's like, "Oh, we're friends though." And like you see him and he's like, "Yeah, we're friends." And Kevin Hart kept saying it to him. And he's, "But we friends though." Like he just
saw him dancing.
That shit was funny, dude.
Hey.
They're like the same person. Just
That guy's killing it. Kai's not.
Oh, Kai's going hard. It's because he puts in the work.
Phenomenal. Great for him.
His Elden Ring streams were hype.
He had Nicki Minaj.
That's why you like
Kevin Hart.
Lil Yachty.
And his fucking bedroom.
21 Savage.
Like, as a streamer to have those, like, bro.
Well, they got a house. They got the AMP house.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in Atlanta, I think.
But it's his bedroom, right? Or
Well, yeah,
just
it's
a
his
streaming
room in
bedroom?
the house. Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Is it not crazy? I mean, what the? That's like those are guys that are on like the 3-letter network television late night shows. You know what I'm saying? Like, in your fucking bedroom on metal chairs.
His Elden Ring stream was hype.
You would say that because you're an Elden.
It was
trying to
dope.
force.
I mean,
the Elden Ring stuff on us.
Elden Ring's for the culture.
All right, whatever. Did you see? Did you see the reports on Hendon Hooker? I feel like we kind of have to speak on them. I
you have
am
to
obligated to
address it.
speak on them. Have you seen him?
The what?
I lost him. He's gone.
Let me talk
Answering
to
somebody
you.
in the chat.
Well, I'm more important than the chat.
But we friends though.
And you wonder why I'm cheating on you? All right. Well,
cheat on me?
I'll address the. I'll address the Hendon Hooker stuff. All right. And Dan Campbell kind of did it too. Maybe I should have clipped that to help me here. This is his rookie year. This is his rookie season. He didn't get going and get to practicing until the back half of last year. If anybody is capable to form a strong opinion on Hendon Hooker right now, whether it is as a backup, as a starter, or whatever the hell it is.
Oh, we're doing this again.
After 2 weeks of OTAs, what is your fucking problem?
No disrespect whatsoever, but I'm sorry to tell everybody the truth.
Like, what are we doing? This is second week of OTAs in this first spring that Dan Campbell alluded to earlier in the year. I'm not tripping on that at all whatsoever. And it's, by the way, you still have Jared Goff. Jared Goff. You still got Jared Goff.
Jared Goff.
Like, what are we doing?
Just paid him. Just paid the Goff. Yeah. What people were hating on him?
Yeah.
We're saying what?
So
did he not look good in one of his drills or something?
During the media, and that's the thing too, right? It was just the media open or the media one, but he had a bad day last Thursday when the media was able to watch, and then Hooker didn't have his greatest day. I listened to our guy John on the other show, and he said that it's more so like a ball placement thing. And then Dan Campbell today asked about it today. You know, the rough start because again, media's only there one day. OTAs there's 4 days throughout the week they're there, and media's only there for one of them. So they only get to make assumptions based off like what they've seen. So they asked him about the rough day, and Dan Campbell said like yesterday was probably his best day so far. He was ripping it, he was killing it. And then today, obviously, practice proceeded after then, and he was up and down. I know he got them down within a field goal range. With I think they started on their own 34 with like 29 seconds left, and he was able to get down there. Michael Badgley, by the way, missed both his in scrimmage position kicks. One was right, and one was a straight miss. One for 54, one for 52. And it's nice outside. Ain't that windy?
Bates.
We friends though.
Yeah, waiting for Bates. Waiting for Bates to get the call. But either way, Hendon Hooker, it's just, bro, it's day 2 or week 2 of his first ever spring camp. This isn't even a storyline.
I'm not really going to judge anybody off of the first week of OTAs. I'm more going to judge them off of what their coaches say about them, about what guys who have been with them every day say about them. So, if he's still struggling like this, or if he doesn't have any, great outings in the preseason or throughout training camp, then yeah, it's a little concerning. But Jared Goff's going to be at the helm. So why are we worried about this?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's had to be addressed just because I know like we talked about that being an investment for Brad Holmes. But again, this is year 1 of it.
You know, it's a bigger investment.
Jared Goff,
$260 million or whatever the hell they paid Jared Goff. Like that's the investment.
Which, because we don't really have it here on the show, we do have 5 more minutes to kill in this particular segment. Speaking of Jared Goff, go ahead.
Question for you. Did they give context? Was he working with the second team O-line? Yes. Was he working with second team wideouts?
He's working with second team everything. Second to third team.
Was he going up against the first?
The running back he made the pass from the sideline was a guy I've never even heard of before. It was like Nick Tuckett or something like that.
Okay.
I was like, is this
Tuckett, baby.
a created player or something like that?
Yeah, that's why.
Everything's going to be fine.
This is a big nothing burger. Not at all. I'm not concerned at all either. I bet he absolutely crushes in preseason once he actually gets a shot in front of everybody.
Yeah, I can't wait to see you in preseason, to be honest with you. Like, just for so many reasons. Obviously,
I mean, he can show off the arm talent.
Yeah.
Devin the dog in the Woodward Sports chat said, I'm a barbecue king because he invited me to the cookout. Said, when it comes to ribs and chicken, LMAO, the black delegation trades the black side of Drake for Spencer. Do you agree with that?
You went out of your way.
Yeah.
We're in the middle of talking. Snap out of it, motherfucker. We're not talking about that right now.
Skibbity El Riz, easy.
Skibbity El Riz. You're invited to the barbecue. I invited you to barbecue literally this past Monday.
But it just reminded me of how when KG he said something about white dudes yesterday. He was like, sorry, Nick.
Yeah, that was so
kept
funny.
Saying, sorry, Nick.
Yeah, it's all the white jokes. So sorry, Nick. And then talking about Caseville. Nick was like, yeah.
All right,
Caseville and trucks.
I'll never throw garbage in your truck. Yeah, that was a good day.
All right, let's stop that narrative.
L-Ora, Nick. L-Ora.
Nick.
This is straight from Dan Campbell today. It says, there was some improvement yesterday that we had really been looking for, and you felt a little bit of, there's some development there that was really good to see. Just some of his reads, some of his throws he made. Hooker was completing 69.6% of his passes in college, 3,135 yards, 27 touchdowns. Yaze Blase. But Dan Campbell ultimately said it's hard to put a timeline on things. Every player grows at a different level, and especially at that position. The quarterback position now, we put a lot on those guys, and there's a lot going on. It's a reminder that this is his first spring. This is the first time he's been through spring. It'll be his first training camp. There again, you just needed to see growth, and you saw it yesterday. It was good to see. That's, I guess, where we rely on the Hendon Hooker stuff. If it's worthy of talking, if you guys haven't heard it here, we're not one of the shows that want to trade him. I think that's stupid. If you're going for a Super Bowl, you want to leave the hands in a contingency situation and fucking.
Yeah, it is a break glass in case of emergency kind of player. You'd rather have a guy here who's been a part of the system, who's been here for a year, so he knows how the system works. He's close with Ben Johnson, Mark Brunell, Jared Goff. That is better for me than a guy you bring in now, and hopefully he can learn this complex scheme and complex system when you need him. God forbid Jared Goff breaks a toe, breaks some ribs, has to miss a game or two. And so you have a guy that you can put in there that you feel comfortable with running the system, because this is a system-based offense. You put the ball in the hands of your playmakers. Jared Goff does it at an extremely high and efficient level, and hopefully we don't need to see Hendon Hooker at all next year. But if you do, it's better Hendon Hooker than David Blau or Tim Boyle.
Yeah, Mark Verguri in the Woodward Sports chat says Hendon Hooker put 52 points on Alabama. Ask Arnold, Branch, and Gibbs. He could be one of them ones.
I mean,
Either way, I'd like to have him as a backup at the very least. I ain't tripping. I'm not trying to trade him at all.
Yeah, easy. I'm right there with you. You can't trade Hendon Hooker in case he is that elite backup that you guys think of. I mean, we've seen it recently in the sense of Chad Henne needing to lead a drive for the Kansas City Chiefs. We've seen it with the Eagles. Nick Foles won a Super Bowl. You can go all the way back to Tom Brady. Like, you have to have a guy that you're confident in running your offense and that your team is confident in that quarterback. So I think Hendon Hooker, obviously being with the team last year, rehabbing, and then just finally getting out on the field, like, I cannot even believe that reports are coming out this early.
I know I talked a lot of shit about backup quarterbacks last year, but like
2 gloves.
To look at that, would you rather pay Teddy Bridgewater? Well, Maz was like, pay him $10 million. Like, give him $10 million a year. Like, no, you got a guy here on a 3rd-round deal contract that you're not even paying more than $1 million a season.
Yeah.
Who can, in case, God forbid, like Nick said, that was a perfect point about when Chad Henne had to come in and be the man for a drive or two when Patrick Mahomes went out. I have more faith in Hendon Hooker being able to do that than Chase Daniels or David Blau. Or
Nate Sudfeld.
Yeah. Jeff Driscoll, even though Jeff Driscoll looked pretty good. When he stepped in, Jeff Driscoll balled a little bit.
All right, one more point that matter before we get to the fun stuff, or at least some very fun stuff that I like to discuss, or at least hype you guys about, inform you about if you didn't hear the news already. But this is final statements from 1020 Men on Hendon Hooker's practice today. And he says, up and down day. second-year quarterback Hendon Hooker is getting more and more comfortable in coordinator Ben Johnson's offense. Campbell said before Thursday's practice that Wednesday was a great day for Hooker. He said, I thought Wednesday was up and down for him. He missed a couple throws over the middle he'll like to have back when he sees the tape. But he also showed terrific touch on the sideline pass to running back Jake Funk. So there's your answer, Nick, the type of guy.
Jake Funk.
No offense to Jake Funk. Congratulations, you make it to OTAs.
Might as well be Turkish Quandale Dingle.
Might as well be. He hit a tight window throw over to wide receiver Darius Fountain over the middle.
There's no way. These are fake names.
No.
There's no way. Funk and Fountain, the fighting F's out there. Like, there's no way.
Maybe Fontaine. I don't know. I don't know. But it says Hooker also ran a nice situational period, putting the offense in field goal range after starting from his own 37 with 1 minute and 19 seconds. Hooker has received all the second-team reps in the 2 open OTA practices thus far. Also, so where you work out at?
Planet Fitness, obviously, but let me tell you about that. Because Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone, where anyone can feel comfortable and work on their fitness goals. At Planet Fitness, you will experience a squeaky clean gym that has tons of equipment, a full-body workout in 30 minutes, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all of that for just $10 a month, no commitment. No matter where you are, there's Planet Fitness close by. More than 15 Metro Detroit and thousands more throughout the world. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions, featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
What's up, everybody? Neil Rule, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, home of the Planet Fitness Studios. Let me tell you a little personal story about myself with Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness helped me change my life, and it can do the same for you. The best gym in the gym game. The clean facilities, tons of cardio equipment, tons of weights as well. And look, through all the price increases, inflation, all that, hasn't happened at Planet Fitness. Still $1 down, $10 per month, $24.99 a month for the Black Card as well. It's Planet Fitness, everybody, where your fitness is essential.
Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza is taking over Metro Detroit. Locations are popping up all over Michigan, doubling their number of restaurants this year. Known for their quality hand-battered and hand-breaded chicken tenders, their delicious chicken sandwiches, and their New York-style pizza. Be sure to stop in and try at a mega station near you, or go to Sorokis.com to figure out where you can get some of this great food.
Welcome to Whatever Waits Live on WoodSports.com. I'm your boy Easy, joined by Shmo Rex, young Chris, Nicholas Koloff.
Let's
And as promised, the exciting news of the day. Probably should have mentioned this at some point, but we talked about Aiden Hutchinson and affecting quarterbacks negatively, right? Applying that pressure, whether it's them forcing a bad throw or just throwing it out of bounds, or obviously aiding another defender with a sack, or just aiding your cornerbacks. And if they're in the position to make a play, if they're good enough to make a play, then they will do so. We didn't have those cornerbacks last year. However, Brad Holmes re-upped and flipped it. All right. He grabbed it in the trade. He grabbed it in free agency. Threw it down, flipped it, and reversed it. It's your flan, flip it, flan for him. All right. And then he drafted Terrion Arnold. Traded up. Doubled down, flipped it down, ripped it in, and reversed it again in his rake straw. And today, he's reaping what he sowed, okay?
You're slipping from the plan that.
Terrion Arnold intercepted Jared Goff.
Yes,
in the very first play of red zone.
Yeah, it was those late game situations, those red game situations. Terrion Arnold had an interception on Goff from all reports, and you love to hear that. You love to hear that. Obviously, the young buck going out there. You heard the same things from Brian Branch out of camp last year. Oh, he's making plays, especially in the red zone. You love seeing that with these young guys. So this isn't a, oh shit, Goff's already throwing interceptions topic. Yeah. This is a good for Terrion Arnold that he's out there making plays. You love to hear that.
If I may, speaking of Goff and names you've called him in the past, following said interception, as the leader he is, he went over and dapped the man up afterward. Went and dapped it up. Terrion Arnold at his first interception in practice. How you feel about it, Nick?
Goff dapped up Terrion to confirm?
Yeah. Yep.
He's giving the guy confidence.
Thanks for fucking shitting on me, dog. Rubbing your balls all over my forehead with that one.
I hope he says something good, like, you better get your, like, that's the only one you got. Oh, my God. Dude, no, I don't think that's what he said.
Don't ever embarrass me like that again, rookie.
Yeah, rookie. No, that's just
said it
rookie. That's just the leadership of Jared Goff going over there and helping on the
leadership
rookie and making, dude, you are ridiculous, and making sure the rookie feels confident about the play he made. So, what do you?
Fellas, Terry on time.
Terry on time.
Terry on
coming
time.
out early. No, yeah, the thing about Terrion Arnold is obviously he has the confidence. And so to see him do it this early in OTAs,
right.
When we talked about the headlines that were going to come out, I said, I think, if I'm not mistaken, like Terrion's Terror or something. I don't know, because it was about him backing up his already just massive personality, and to see it so early in camp, I just love to hear it, because you could easily hear the other thing about your first round pick. You could hear about him getting burned all the time. But in this case, obviously, he's picking off your first team quarterback in Jared Goff. Chris?
Does that also mean
there's no negative to take away from this? Like there's nothing you could say about this that comes bad in any way. You have a rookie that's performing well, and Goff's getting his interceptions out of the way to start the season, so we're good.
Yeah, and I did get some breaking news about what he said to him.
What?
Gun guy in the chat says he said, "Take your pants off." So that's pretty good information right there. You know, he's always a very solid insider on stuff like that when it comes to taking off pants. But no, it's good. It's good to see Terrion performing well already, because he has a lot of high expectations, especially like guys like Nick that expect him to be, Sauce Gardner 2.0.
Let's go.
Expect him to be an all-pro in his rookie season, or he's a bust. That is what Nick said. Like, it's crazy. So
stop it.
I like to see that from him. I like to see him playing out there. I would have loved to see who he was guarding or who he was covering.
It was Jameson.
It was J-Mo?
Jameson Williams.
Okay.
Hey, we saw.
Yeah.
That's good and bad.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Now maybe Goff loses a little confidence in J-Mo. He's like, I don't want to throw it to him. I might get intercepted.
Was that J-Mo's fault?
Yeah, I know. I'm just joking.
Who knows? Could have been. Could have been a misread on a route.
Well, you want some confidence on Goff to J-Mo? This is the notes from 20 minutes on Goff to J-Mo. This is literally the title of the section. It says, Williams expect to have a much bigger role in his year as a number 2 wide receiver behind Amon-Ra St. Brown. Goff and Williams hooked up early in practice during a 7-on-7 period deep down the right sideline for a touchdown. Deep for a touchdown. Hooked up deep. Nice and deep. Williams showed off that terrific speed, beating cornerback Kendall Vildor and making a nice over-the-shoulder catch. Yeah, that part hurts a little bit. It earned a fist bump from Goff after Williams crossed the goal line. The two later connected a 20-yard pass in a situational team period that helped the Lions set up a field goal, in which Badgley missed. And whoever kid's in there competing against him right now made it, by the way. So the Goff to J-Mo stuff is working, but Terrion guarding a guy like J-Mo, who we've heard is the most improved guy, who we've seen burn other guys at the NFL level.
Yeah.
To hear Terrion's,
Bama on Bama crime, dude. You like to see it. Iron sharpens iron. Put those two kids out there and let them go to war. So you do love to see that, or love to hear that from Jameson Williams, that he's making plays in camp as well. I mean, we saw him light up camp last year in limited spots, so hopefully it is a consistent threat throughout all of training camp this year.
Yeah, it was a situation where they're on their own 47-yard line in a 14-14 game with 1 minute and 26 seconds left in the clock. The very first play, Terrion Arnold picked off Jared Goff as he went to Jameson Williams on the left side of the field. Arnold made a great break on a comeback route from Jameson Williams and made a terrific catch. And then, Goff made his way over and dapped him up. My question, and I guess I'll probably get this answer, I'll probably get maybe Tim 20 on the show, hopefully, too, is like, does this mean that Terrion was practicing with the first team?
Yes, for sure. If he's guarding Jameson Williams, it does.
Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, was teams. It was teams.
In red zone, situation where they do that, like, end of game situation, if he's running against Jameson Williams, he's definitely running with the ones.
One more note, or a couple more notes, I should say. Tempers flare. This is offensive lineman getting into it, right? You like to hear that already.
That's what I like to hear.
Boys even pads.
DJ Reader getting after it with big Frank.
Two of them things.
Triple toe.
There were a couple minor skirmishes between the offensive and defensive linemen in the first 11-on-11 team period. After the second one, head coach Dan Campbell stopped practice, brought everyone in to have a little talk.
Hey,
Hey, care about you guys, man.
Everybody love everybody, man.
Hey, Skip, don't punch him in the mouth no more, huh? No more shenanigans. Fall defensive lineman Aiden Hutchinson was asked about this after practice, and he said it's a part of changing the mindset on defense. Which that is the part I wanted to get to there. Aiden talking about, we making sure we got dogs on our defense.
Yes.
Now. Fights are happening because we got dogs on the team now.
Fights are happening because you're going big on big, because that defensive line projects to be good, because that defensive line expects themselves to be good and be dominant. You're going against the most dominant offensive line in the NFL. So you're probably not going to be seeing the results you want when you got Frank Ragnow and Zeitler double teaming you. If you're DJ Reader or whoever, I'm just using that as an example. I don't know who's got in each other's face, but I love that. I love that shit. Like I say it all the time, you can't play offensive line or defensive line in the NFL and be nice. That's not how it works. You got to be angry. You got to be mean. You got to want to hit people. You got to want to take another 300-pound man and move him from this place to that place. Like it doesn't take niceness. It takes anger and aggression. So I love hearing that.
I am a fan.
Bro, there's no way. This is why my beef is not with Jared Goff. It is with the people. I don't know what the name of the fish. They're called sucker fish, I think. When you go and get, you ever go to like the reptile shop off of Hall Road? You put your hand in the tank and the fish, they like eat all the dead skin off
with
you.
Your hand.
Yeah. And then you can pull them out. They're sucking on the tip of your
hand. Yeah.
This is Super Saiyan Lions in the chat right now. He would say anything to make Jared Goff look bad. They would not bring up the long bomb Goff through J-Mo. What are you talking about, bro? What are we doing right now?
He's
get off his nuts.
He's caping right now for sure.
Jesus, we're trying to have a good time here. There's people like you. Whoa. No, whoa. Meat on meat. Meat to meat.
Meat to meat. You gotta let the meat slap meat.
You love to meet Jared Goff.
Would say.
Appreciate you. Hit the like button. But real talk, one other piece I want to get to before we get to break.
Sounds like Rock's boxing coach, says Denver Black. You gotta be an animal, Rock. Does he die?
This part, I don't even have to fucking read, bro. This is how good this guy is. Here's a blurb. Speaking of St. Brown.
He's a blurb.
You want to know my favorite piece about this one?
Congratulations. You just got Amon-Ra St. Clown.
I didn't even fucking read it. Because I don't have to read I know he's fucking him.
Yes.
What are you doing? You're just going to tell me Amon-Ra had a great I know he had a fucking great practice. Amon-Ra, there's somebody to fucking blurb on. It's that guy.
You're going to blurb on his blob. You know what I'm saying?
Shibbity squat.
You're going to live done Rizzy like that. This is
Skibbity toilet.
Skibbity toilet. W Riz on Livy Dunn. If you're Amon-Ra St. Brown, you're phantom taxing corners into these receptions.
Aura, bro.
Straight aura. It is just awesome. But honestly,
didn't even have to fucking read it. What, come on, what do you gotta say?
You're gonna say, oh, he showed up. Oh, he was cutting people up. Oh, he was catching everything. Oh, he was Jared Goff's favorite target. Like, yeah, that's who he is. That's why he's a first team All-Pro. Yep. That's why he's gonna be in the Hall of Fame. That's why he is one of the best Lions receiver, or he's going to go down as one of the best Lions receivers of all time. Because this guy shows up, he's about his business, and he takes care of business. Punch that fucking clock, do your job,
and go find that fucking dog.
And before you unpunch that clock, you catch 102 of these.
Like, I think it's 202.
201, I thought it was.
I thought it was
202.
Whatever it is, however many Dalmatians he has, you just go out there.
You go out there and you find that fucking dog.
Find that fucking dog.
That's Brad Holmes. When Brad Holmes is sitting there talking to the scouts, he's pacing back and forth. All right. He looks at the scouts, and straight Adam Sandler voice, he says, you get off your ass and you go out there and you find that fucking dog.
Yeah.
And that's why Detroit Lions full of dogs right now.
That's true.
Literally, real life situation would happen. I was reading this, obviously.
Did you read it?
Speaking of St. Brown. No, it got to this point. I read the first sentence. He looks to be in midseason form. Stop reading. What am I reading this for? I know this guy's a dog.
He stays in midseason form. His season is year round. He doesn't have off days. He does calf raises. Like his dad is John Brown, the guy that we know was the two-time All-Universe, like Mr. Universe. He's not taking days off. He's probably, when he goes on vacations in Bali, he's probably doing ladders in the sand on the beach, and his family or his loved ones are probably like, he's saying, like, maybe we should take a break today. He's like, no. You see those people they still had above me in the PFF wide receiver rankings? I can't take a fucking break.
Throw me that baby.
Yeah, right here. Yeah. Better catch that baby 210 times.
It is 202 times, which is the kid that his dad discovered, I guess, whatever, caught the ball 200 times. It's not 201, 202 times.
Yes.
Just to, put a little extra oomph.
Did you read any more of that article? Did he say, like, he was cutting anybody up specific in the slot. I mean,
what do you need? You know he's doing it.
He'll cut up the best corners in the league in the slot. So
if you want me to read it, I'll read it. It says he looks to be in midseason form, which is to be expected given his work ethic and consistency over the last 3 seasons.
Riz.
He was all over the field catching passes from Goff Thursday. Expect a monster season from St. Brown with another year in Johnson's offense.
Expect him to phantom tax cornerbacks.
Did I have to read that to you, Nick? Did we not know that was going to happen?
I didn't know if it was someone specific.
No. I love it, though. I just love that's the situation.
All right, tell us about Swiss.
I'll tell you about Swiss. All right. If you don't got straight up W Riz, dog, you need to go get some Swiss, dog.
I'll phantom tax your Livy Dunn if you don't get Swiss insurance.
Straight up. Mark at SwissINS.com.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists. Enjoy a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, scalp and neck massage, and a hot towel treatment to top it off. Enter for your chance to win the $50,000 Perfect Bracket Challenge. With more than 25 Metro Detroit locations, there's always a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Dispo Dispensary, your local cannabis plug for reasons you should know by now. The best deals, best bud tenders, straight up Riz Aura, bro. They got it all. Make sure you have a Dispo Dispensary, the best deals, best bud tenders, best atmosphere. If you can't make it to one of their 6 locations or more across the great state of Michigan, visit disposhops.com for Dispo Dash and deliver right to your front door. Must be 21 and older to participate as Dispo Shops, your local cannabis plug.
What the Sigma? What the Sigma? Bro. What the Sigma? What the Sigma? What the
That's his idea. Anyone who just you feel like your brain just fucking lost.
That's brain rot.
That's his brain all the time.
It's literally
brain rot's the name of that.
They're called brain rot. Yeah,
that's what I felt watching that.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
Oh my god,
they're called brain rot videos.
Why would you watch a brain rot video? You want your brain to rot?
You should see Ryan, dude. You should see Ryan's Instagram algorithm, man. It's so wild. It's so ridiculous.
We have a couple things from Nick today. Shout out to Nick for contributing to the prep. He got Dan Campbell on Sam Laporte and his expectations, and he also has expectations for these rookies. I'm gonna allow you to decide where we go with this one.
Let's go with the expectations from the rookies because we were just talking about it a little bit. So, Chris, are we all set with that?
I'll get them. I got the first couple. Here you go. All right,
let's obviously start with one here. I'm going to get everybody around the room's expectations on these rookies. We're going all the way around, and we're starting with the first rookie who Brad Holmes went up and traded for, and that is Terrion Arnold. Easy, we're going to start with you. What are your expectations for Terrion Arnold?
They keep growing and growing.
Out of camp.
I'll tell you
what
that.
is his
they
role?
Continue to grow every day. The same way it did with Ryan
roll
Branch.
Out of camp. Roll out of camp. My bad. Excuse me.
Well,
what is his role going to be out of camp?
His role out of camp? I think he's probably end up starting on the end of the season.
Into like this game 1 of the season. My bad. I didn't explain it well.
Yeah, you are bloated, Nick.
All right, moving on. What trio do you think? I think you end up starting. I think you end up starting outside corner. If I don't know, I can't confirm whether or not that the interception was him on first team defense, guarding Jameson Williams. But if it were, it makes sense, right? If Carlton Davis is expected to be your CB1, he's probably on Amon-Ra, whoever else is out there. And then this guy ends up on the wide receiver 2. And not only did he end up on wide receiver 2, he beat wide receiver 2 to the football.
Yeah.
And caught it.
Yeah, I expect him to be a Sigma with W Riz, phantom taxing Livy Dunn for Paul Skeens. Like, this is somebody I expect to be the cornerback 2 out of camp. I expect him to be the guy opposite of Carlton Davis out of camp. I think that's why you drafted him. I think that's where he is. Now, would I be extremely surprised if they went with Amik Robertson? No, but this is his job.
Snaps at nickel.
Yeah.
And you heard the rumors about Branch moving to safety.
Mm-hmm.
My only question, and I wish maybe we'll talk to John or Broder or whoever may be there for the next media session, but like, Yo, can we ask what's going on with Iffy or what the goal is at the nickel spot versus safety? Maybe spoke to it today. I have to rewatch it, but that's my expectations for Terran Arnold coming out of camp.
Yeah, and for me, I expect him to start. I think Nick was right. I think he jumped the gun a little early, but I think he nailed it. I think this guy is going to come out and start. I think he's given us nothing to believe that he can't contribute right away. So while this is a crowded quarterback room, and you don't want to place those expectations on a rookie, overall, I think I think they're very fair. And here's what the notes were that they had on him.
Colton Pouncey of The Athletic.
So shout out.
Looking for a sign of how far this Lions roster has come, the team addressed its biggest need by drafting a player widely regarded as the #1 cornerback in this class, and he might not even start immediately. Of course, Arnold might have something to say about that. And the expectation from him, week 1 starter.
Yeah, it's the guy they wanted. It's the guy they were talking about for a long time, and they traded up, mortgaged the assets to get him. They got him, and so yeah, you expect him to be that guy.
And talking about
Alan W. and Woodward Sports Chat says they're going to rotate no matter what, but I'd rather see a Meek than Iffy on the field if it comes down to it. Honestly, so excited about him. I'm not disqualifying Iffy from anything. I really can't.
Yeah, definitely. And talking about a guy that might be in that rotation was our second-round draft pick 61, Ennis Rakestraw Jr. What are your guys' expectations for Rakestraw right off the jump, week 1?
I don't think it's fair to put starting expectations on him. I don't think that means he can't start, but he's competing with dogs out there. I mean, every one of these guys has something stuck in the craw, something to chew on, something to keep him motivated, right? You got Meek Robinson, who got paid, who thinking he's probably going to get his time to shine as an outside corner. I follow him on Instagram. If you don't follow him on Instagram, he's about his business every single day. You also got to see him play as a dog when you watch the tape, right? We had NFL All 22 films on the show to reconfirm that for us. You have Emmanuel Mosley, who started in the NFC Conference Championship game. You have Carlton Davis, who's won himself a Super Bowl as CB1 on the team. And we had Tampa Bay Trey confirming that for us, too. He's competing with dogs, and he's going to have to catch up. He's a rookie. It's the nature of the game.
Yeah, I mean, there's only so many spots available, and when you have a guy in Carlton Davis you brought in here who is going to be the starter, you drafted a guy in Meek Robertson who has been already getting starting reps as we see in camp so far. It's tough. He's fighting an uphill battle, is Ennis Rakestraw, and that's not on him. There's nothing wrong about him. You're deeper on the pecking order. You're lower on the pecking order than some of these guys. So if you want to get starting time, if you want to be that dog, you're gonna have to work your ass off to get it, because we know they don't care where you're drafted or what you paid. They put the best people out there. So I expect him to be a backup coming out of camp, but he's very well could get in there at some point.
Yeah. But if he hurries up and buys a truck for me, I think he's gonna be MVP of the league. Just saying.
You should buy the truck. Check out Easy. Chris, what you got on Rakestraw?
Yeah, there's not too much to say that you guys haven't already said. That I think he will be a very good depth piece. I think he hasn't done anything to, give you that confidence that he will take that starting job in a very competitive room. But ultimately, on the flip side of it, there's nothing to come from him so far that makes you think that he can't be an impactful piece, a contributing piece. And as the season goes on, you have those games where, like last year, Cam Sutton, I'm pretty sure he played some games he shouldn't have just because the cornerback situation was that dire. So I think that this is a situation where when you have that depth, maybe he does start in the week. And again, there's favorable matchups. We talk about this team the secondary being able to be focused on matchup rather than who's one, who's two. So I think that this is something that can play to his favor.
Yeah, exactly, Chris. And what Colton Pouncey had to say about this one is the Lions made a significant investment in their secondary during the draft, using a pair of premium picks on cornerbacks, Arnold and Rakestraw. At rookie minicamp, Rakestraw played outside cornerback and nickel. His inside-outside versatility could help him get playing time sooner rather than later at the nickel position. His instincts and tackling ability could allow him to see the field early, and his lack of top-end speed could play better inside. And he projects him reserved to start, but starter by late 2024/2025. So you guys are basically spot on with the first two. I feel like those two were the easiest there that you go with, obviously. But we're going to move to Giovanni Manu.
Come on.
Expectations of Giovanni Manu.
What do we know
at the start of this season?
Come on.
Let's go.
It's a reserve role. What do we? Everyone knows. No.
In what year?
What do you mean? What year?
Let's hear it. So it's a reserve role.
When's he start?
Off rip? Is it a result?
Possibly as soon as next year.
You think he's second string off rip?
Manu?
Yeah, second and third string all day.
Yeah. I pray to God Giovanni Manu doesn't see a snap next year, because that means all your guys stay healthy. Because, yeah, he's a project, man. I don't expect much to anything from him this year.
Same with you, Chris?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. This guy, is a depth piece for now.
Yep. Colton had to say reserve guard / tackle in 2024 and potential starter in 2025.
Get to the juicy stuff. Skip straight to Mekhi Wingo.
Vaki.
No, I want to see Wingo. What do you got to say about Wingo?
Vaki, what's his role? Let's just
we know it's another reserve role special teamer. Give me Mekhi Wingo.
He says immediate special teamer is his projected. You just said reserve.
I said reserve role in special teamer.
/ third string running back. You guys think he gets the third string?
Yeah, third or fourth string. I want to hear Mekhi Wingo.
All right.
We know all the other guys are they're babies.
Okay, so let's project Wingo. What are you guys going with off rip for the 6th rounder, Mekhi Wingo?
Rotational, interior, pass rusher, quite possibly just pass rusher in general, no matter where it is on the defensive line. I have high expectations for him. They had a Detroit Lions scout, Patrick. Ooh, he had a wild last name. I don't remember. Oh,
Fontaine.
Patrick McLaughlin or something like that. It was up there. Either way, he went on a show, and they asked him straight up, like, who you excited about this year? And Mekhi Wingo was his pick. By the way, he's also the guy who, I guess, banged the table and stuck his neck out there from the draft, James Houston, and that obviously
that worked out.
So Mekhi Wingo, that rotational pass rusher.
Yeah, I mean that other side of the defensive line is wide open. Like, you assume it's going to be Davenport or James Houston, but if it's Wingo or Betts or any of these guys, yeah, you can Wingo my dingo. Like, this guy might be a Wingo ate my baby. Like, this is a guy that could make a name for himself early because of how wide open that opposite edge rusher position is. That's a tough one, man. But
edge rusher position is.
You have to look at the other guys you have in front of him. There isn't one guy that's like, oh, he's locked into that spot. Whether it be Marcus Davenport or James Houston or Matthew Betts or Mekhi Wingo, they're gonna have to produce because they have other people ready to try to be that guy.
Now, obviously, Colton Pouncey's been there at practice. I'm assuming this article came out this morning, right? So you only saw the one practice OTAs. What did he say about Mekhi Wingo?
Mekhi Wingo, immediate rotational 3-tech in 2024. Did Brad do it again, fellas, or did Brad do it again?
Yeah, he did it again, for sure. I mean, obviously.
He went out there and he found that fucking dog.
We found that fucking dog. He is a guy, I said that is going to be earlier on the year. Like, you had Broderick Martin to move in for DJ Reader. You got Mekhi Wingo to move in for Lee McNeil when those guys need breathers. This guy, I think he's going to play well, man. I think he's going to be a difference maker because he does have that fucking dog in him.
Amen.
Does he have that Riz in him? Somebody in the chat said.
Yeah, W Wingo Riz for sure. Yeah, like he's no Turkish Quandale Dingle. He is definitely a group leader. Like, this is a W Riz for him.
And to close this one out, could be the other dog found in this whole entire draft to pair in the 6th round. Christian Mahogany.
Ooh.
Don't ask about a reserve.
Mahogany Manob.
Another guy's reserve. For sure.
He was ranked 99 on Dane Brugler's big board before the draft, and he fell all the way to 210. What is your guys' expectation for Mahogany?
I mean, reserve guy this year, but he's going to be a dog. If given an opportunity to start, I don't know that he gives that job back. Put it that way.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Like, this is a guy, I think he is ready to play right now, but because of the level of player you have ahead of him, he's not going to, but he's definitely going to be a second string guard.
Reserve guard in 2024, potential starting guard 2025. Hopefully,
yeah, Zeitler is only on a one-year deal.
Boom. Hell yeah, let's fucking go, boys. What are we talking about?
When we get back, we got Dan Campbell on Sam Laporta.
Tell us about the morning show.
If you are waking up,
W Riz.
If you are waking up,
if you do wake up after a nightmare, make sure you throw on Wake Up Woodward. Join Kool-Aid, Flannel Sam, Broder, JB, and KG every morning as they cover all of Detroit sports talk, banter, and live fan interaction, all on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Congratulations to the real Coach of the Year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
What's up, everybody? Neil Rule, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, home of the Planet Fitness Studios. Let me tell you a little personal story about myself with Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness helped me change my life, and it can do the same for you. The best gym in the gym game. The clean facilities, tons of cardio equipment, tons of weights as well. And look, through all the price increases, inflation, all that, hasn't happened at Planet Fitness. Still $1 down, $10 per month, $24.99 a month for the Black Card as well. It's Planet Fitness, everybody, where your fitness is essential.
Thank you to the Detroit Lions and Sheila Hamp for the best season in Lions history. Now it's time to let Brad Holmes cook. Woodward Sports.
What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. That's exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC, the same great service that customers have come to Skibbity and Riz. On Woodward Avenue, just south of 9 Mile, check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today. Get and find the brand you want at lesstanford.com. Les Stanford, together, let's Riz.
Shine, my sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my shine, my only sunshine.
More of these stupid fucking brain rot videos. This is the stupidest shit.
You're just El Riz.
Ryan, you watch this? You're literally rotting your brain.
He literally said last night, he was like, bro, I was playing Fortnite and like,
oh my God.
He was like, I realized at one point that I was just staring at the screen for like 30 minutes. My brain's fried. Yeah, that's totally what happens.
This is the video we needed. I don't know if you got it or not.
Yeah, I got it.
We'll maybe save it. Well, fuck it.
There we go.
You
want me to loop it?
No, we just recover from the other one real quick. Just get out the system. Shake it off.
Shake it off.
You get your ass out there and you find that fucking door.
Shout out to Brad Holmes and company. All right. We do have another video that's actually with context towards the Detroit Lions. Do we want to save it for tomorrow? What up, Nick?
Speaking of a dog he found in the second round, we can save it.
Oh, nice.
You just
want to say it.
Justin play videos?
Yeah, okay, nice. What?
Can
what is happening right now?
Can Justin play videos? And he's our TD tomorrow.
Cartier says, I stood up and put my hand on my heart when that played.
You're right.
My sunshine.
Play the Dan Campbell, Sam Laporta video, please.
All right, I got you.
Oh, W Riz.
On him, per se, just because he may not have the same production as he did this past year doesn't mean that he's not going to help us win or that he's not going to be satisfied. I mean, some of that could be just because there aren't the targets. What if some of those targets go to JMO or more go to Sane or Gibbs or Montgomery or, Brock Wright? Okay. And so, you just don't know. And so for him, I think it's just about, man, whatever job you ask me to do, as long as I'm doing it the best I can do it and I'm helping this team win, I think he's going to be pretty satisfied with that. I don't see him getting caught up in the numbers of the production, relative to what he did the year before.
Not getting caught up in production and numbers is Sam Laporta. This dude's the ultimate team player. You saw him play on an injury last season in that first playoff game against the Rams. What'd he do? Score the game-winning touchdown, basically. Sam Laporta is the ultimate team player. I love Dan Campbell's quotes on him. But one thing that stuck out in that, when he talked about people getting more targets, first name out of his mouth, Jameson Williams. This dude's obviously lighting up camp. He's on everybody's brain, especially Dan Campbell's. He keeps bringing him up. JMO expecting more targets. And it might take a little bit of the production away from a guy like Sam Laporta.
Oh, it's going to take away the production from guys like Brock Wright.
Mr. Burners.
Straight aura.
But yeah, you'd love to see J-Mo getting talked about and held to this high regard, and it sets expectations for him next year. Like, this is how everybody's talking about you. You can't go out there and drop a dookie. Like, drop a Duke Dennis. You need W. Riz on the field. Yeah. Sigma plays only.
And remember last year at this time, what was Dan Campbell saying? Well, this guy doesn't got the greatest hands, So, I mean, I think it speaks to everything Dan Campbell is. It's what I said when we talked about it. Hey, Dan Campbell is always being honest. He's being transparent. So when he is critical of a player like he was J-Mo last year, believe it. When he is praising a player like J-Mo he is this year, believe it.
What did Brad Holmes say before they drafted Sam Laporta?
Oh. What did they say?
I don't know, Chris. You got the button.
All right. Oh, let me find it. There's a million videos. I lost it.
You're good.
I lost it in here.
Come on, Chris. Timing is everything.
I know.
It's going to be W. Riz in the elevator with Elon.
No, I will say this, though.
Found it.
You get your ass out there and you find that fucking door.
Better late than never.
Better late than never. I think the thing I love to hear most about Sam Laporta, and I think all tight ends are kind of like this, is the nature of the position. Like, yeah, you can have a little bit of the glory of as like a little bit of a wide receiver, pass catcher, playmaker, but you still got to go and get your nose dirty, make the blocks, and sell those run plays or those play action plays. And Sam Laporta is just that. He is. Mm-hmm. He has almost a perfect mentality of a tight end. He's all about the team, and obviously he's willing to do whatever it takes to help this team win. And when you have a guy of his caliber, which seems to be somewhat of a star at this point in terms of just like on-field talent, and he's willing to put in that hard-nosed work to just contribute to the team winning overall, it affects others. I mean, once upon a time, Jameson Williams was liking tweets about Lamar Jackson becoming the Detroit Lions quarterback. No mas.
No mas.
He talked, winning kills all. They say it all the time. Winning cures all. J-Mo got a little taste of that winning last year, and he's no longer wanting more, liking tweets about him getting more targets or this or that. No, he's putting his nose down and putting in the work. And Sam Laporta, Jack Campbell, Aiden Hutch, I'm sure those guys, Amon-Ra St. Brown, reflected on that change for him. And obviously, it's a great point because he's going to be wide receiver 2 for us.
He's not in college anymore. You're not in Kansas anymore, Dorothy. He is in the NFL. He is surrounded by grown men. He's surrounded by, this is your job. Like, this is how you put McChickens and McFlurries on your, or McDoubles and McFlurries on your table. Like, this is how you feed your family eventually. And so now he's been in that locker room around grown men. Like, the Lions are a young team too, but they got vets, man. He's got guys in there that have been in the league for 6-7 years. He's got guys in there that are wise beyond their years, like an Amon-Ra St. Brown. So it's awesome to see, man. And it's awesome to see this guy grow up before our eyes. And he's got, the world is his oyster. Like, I expect him to go out there and
boomers
and to make a bunch
One
of plays.
in the hands worth 2 in the bush.
Yeah. What did you say? He's what did you say earlier today?
W. Riz still handicap parking spots. That's a Sigma move.
Facts.
There's a comment I want to read, and maybe I'll save it for our actual mailbag segment, but because we did partake in Dispo before the show, I just want to get this off real quick. Should tight ends be paid more than receivers? I think so in terms of value if you got a good one. However, they just get hurt more because they're doing more. They're a lot more physical than wide receivers.
DNC ENT puts it perfectly. He says, when you got a yacht, you can steal handicap parking lots. W. Aura.
Yeah, man. Speaking of yacht, the video I sent of Iggy
Azalea. W. Yacht, dude. Yeah. Oh, man. L. Riz, Nick Young. L. Riz, D'Angelo Russell. Snitch Riz.
Aboriginal, mate. Pro.
She's got the Aboriginal yacht for sure.
Yes.
Question about the tight ends before we get off.
Yeah, she got one of them too, one boy.
Yeah,
damn.
Let's go. Do you guys expect less production or more production from Sam Laporta?
Same. Around the same.
Yeah,
a little bit more. I mean, this offense.
12 years.
This offense is very evenly split. I think that's the beauty of the Ben Johnson offense. It's the beauty of the way Jared Goff and Ben Johnson have drawn this offense up to deliver the football, because that's how you win games, right? If you are a one-trick pony, then you are so easy to game plan against, right? Like, if all you do is stop the run, you're not as dominant as a Derrick Henry or as our offensive line, and that run stopped, you're fucked.
Yes.
But we're so multifaceted at every single level of this offense now, between the running backs to now the tight ends to now your wide receivers, that almost anything's going to work. Like, They got that gap.
We talked about it all the time. The versatility of the Riz on this offense is a gat you can't teach. Like, you either got the gat or you got the gat. And so when you W Riz Livy Dunn with that gat, it makes sense.
All right. Tell us about merch.
Merch.
What is it? The merch.
Head on over to woodwardsports.com. Click that shop tab today. Get yourself some brand new merch. They got hoodies, tees, hats.
What is it? The gat?
All that guaranteed.
What is it?
Hats. Head on over to woodwardsports.com. Click that shop tab today. Get yourself some brand new merch.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Drive into summer and drive into savings during Feldman Chevrolet's biggest Memorial Day sale ever. We're stocked with new Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs, all priced to move. Like this 2024 Silverado for only $217 a month, or this 2024 Equinox for as low as $199 a month. Find your freedom in a Feldman at the Memorial Day sale going on now at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Has a new ice water bubble hash pre-roll now with diamonds, constantly creating to push the best canna experience. That perfect boost comes with the added touch of pure THC diamond dust, allowing farms the highest terps to make the best even better. Glorious Cannabis, check them out at your local retail or visit gloriouscanna.com.
2024.
I was saving it for the end.
No more fucking brain. No,
it's Noah. Noah made a video.
Noah makes brain rot videos, but at least kind of funny.
Play it.
Okay.
Kind of trippy.
It's from today's show.
Yep, I know.
Already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Simon Jackson.
Let him cook. And for real.
Were you laughing? All right. Moving on. Nothing. Mailbag.
Mailbag.
Did you say?
That was a good one. Obviously, we couldn't
keep.
Like, you would have put more onto it, but we can't.
Yeah. He made it on the spot.
Yeah.
You guys are too agreeable today. I want some controversy. # make the bet. Tomorrow we'll do a Speakeasy Sportsbook segment. We'll open up the betting lines. We'll take one listener at a time if they have the balls. If they're going to pay up. Terrell NFL. Still don't know how to feel about that, but I appreciate it. Baby B's got the, the 97 jersey, the new style of it.
Jersey.
Tomorrow we'll open up the Speakeasy Sportsbook. Betting lines will be open. How about that?
No.
Yeah, it was short.
Easy's two brain cells fighting for their life. I was confused. I thought in that video you said Miss Jackson or something, but
no, I mean at the end.
Yeah,
it was the intro to the Miss Jackson beat.
Yeah, because he played you backwards, laughing.
Yeah, because it sounds like
Miss Jackson.
Do one more time.
Okay.
Play one more game.
One more again.
You are fighting, but we rotted Easy's brain this episode.
You did.
Of all the things that could have happened.
He would have obviously kept the song going if we would.
Yeah.
We would have had Erykah Badu and Andre 3000 break in here and inject us with leprechaun juice or whatever the fuck they do. They turn them into crazy people. He'd hit us with his flute. Like.
All right, go ahead, Nick. Save us.
No, we were getting a call. I just didn't know if it was too late to
We're getting a call? Yeah, throw it through.
All right, call back. Come on. Pick up the phone.
Mailbag.
It was probably Noah.
Chef talks. Oh, we got a call?
No,
we had a caller?
We had one, but he stopped calling because I didn't know if we should take it.
He says, mailbag. Your mind's not blown hearing that golf can move into the top 10 based on J Mosiak. He was...
Based on J Mo's gat, I think he can.
If Goff could utilize J-Mo without throwing picks to Terrion Arnold, yeah,
for sure. Yeah, that's what we had Trevor Sikkema on here yesterday. I asked him that question. If
Trevor Sikkema,
if they use Jameson Williams to who he can be, will he move up that list? He said, yeah. If Goff has more deep shots, more crosses across the middle, catch and run, yak stuff, it'll definitely help.
Matthew Kruger, I need some Woodward Sports bumper stickers from our work trucks. Hook a brother up. I actually do have some heavyweight ones, but they have a Dispo D behind them. So as long as you're cool with having that, I got hella heavyweight stickers. Actually, here, it's this one here.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah, let's hear it.
You got a caller?
It's probably Noah.
It's probably Matthew
We're
Kruger.
going out to Caseville.
Matthew Kruger.
Let's see if you can redeem yourself today. What you got, Matthew?
We're not shouting James Harden today. We're talking Lions. You guys are too agreeable today, man. I want some controversy. But I'm going to ask this question here real quick. It's a simple one. I asked it this morning on Wake Up Woodward, and they didn't answer it, so I'm asking the heavyweights because y'all be talking heavy. So I'm going to ask you, you can rank them any which way you want from their success, but rank these Lions running backs from their time with the Lions, from worst to first. I got Javid Best, Adrian Peterson, Reggie Bush, Joyce Bell, Jahmyr Gibbs, and David Montgomery.
Worst to first, I'd say.
Worst is AP.
Call,
yeah, I would.
Oh, is he still there? Did you hang up on him yet?
Yeah.
We're getting 2 more calls.
All right.
I'd say Adrian Peterson,
AP
Javid Best,
Monty Gibbs,
AP
Best, Bush, Monty Gibbs, or Gibbs Monty,
Yeah.
whatever way you want to put it. Monty hit the 1,000 yards, so yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it right there,
Elriz question. Kruger has no yacht. Kruger is not Sigma. Dude, I love our chat so much. Shout out Matthew Kruger for calling in.
Who else we got, Nick?
This is definitely Noah. It's definitely Noah this time. Because I said it was him. So he's
and Nick's tripping out,
Spencer, come home. Like, he's gonna
I
say,
don't know if it is, but James, you're live on air.
It's gotta be.
I got to be up with that dog.
Yeah.
What the?
He's out of there.
Why you hang up on him?
That's literally Ryan Lentz's fucking Instagram is
That's Ryan
chicken
Lentz's
nuggets
brain.
with faces on it going and he like keeps scrolling and it's just the same thing over and over.
So Ryan and I went back to our high school to talk to the class, like the video editing class,
Yeah.
the news reporting class.
Yeah, Chris, do you hear that?
No, I
Easy and
didn't
Ryan
hear.
went to talk to the video editing class.
Oh yeah. You guys were big deals. You guys are huge inspirations to the kids. You guys, helped shape the youth a lot. I was really
Chris
happy
didn't
you
get the
guys did
invite
that.
because he's forgettable.
Elriz.
Dude.
Yeah.
All right, but what?
Chris had to
Kaufman's
convince
Elriz.
Chris Kaufman's Elriz?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Not a fan.
Why? Whoa! Why shots at Kaufman? Relax.
Not a fan. Not a fan.
W Riz, bro. What are you talking about in there?
You calling out your old teacher?
Yeah. What is happening?
Just conversations with him personally. I never was a fan of him, but shout out to what he does.
Yeah. You know what? Screw you, Chris.
Does he have Elriz?
You wouldn't be here if it weren't for Kaufman.
No, that's not true.
So
That's
Aura
not
on your
true.
part.
Aura on Chris.
I would have never bet you didn't take Kaufman's class. That's true.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm here because not 'cause of him.
You're here because of you, buddy. W Aura.
W Aura. You're here because of that yacht.
Anyway, I watched
Thank
Ryan's
you,
like
Spencer,
first.
You're my best friend.
I watched Ryan's first ever edit. It was like a day in your life.
Yeah.
He had like 30-second shot of him just fucking eating a Pop-Tart, looking right into the fucking camera, bro.
Wait, what?
It's funny. It's just, he like fast forwarded him like unpeeling it.
Dude, Ryan's funny.
He was like
man.
looking straight in the camera.
Ryan and Noah are funny as fuck, dude.
Oh man,
love those guys. But that'll do it for us today. W Riz for everyone in the chat. W chat. W Aura. Big yachts for everyone. Make sure you Livy done. Riz that like button.
CJ GJ. Elriz.
CJ GJ. Turkish Quandale Dingle. Paul Skeens. The Livy Dund.
No Aura.
Riz. No Aura. For Easy. For Nick. For Chris. I'm Spenny. We're the heavyweights. We'll catch you guys tomorrow.
Sharp cream pie.
Peace.
Check it out.